connected to this. An armed man attempting to breach a Cincinnati FBI office has died after a shootout with police. That man led law enforcement on a chase. It resulted in an hours-long standoff. Correspondent Kelly Meyer joining us live with the very latest on this tonight. And Kelly, still unclear what the motive here is, but it does come as officials are warning of increased threats against federal agents following this highly publicized search at Mar-a-Lago.
That's right, Marnie, and we're learning more about the suspect and his social media messages. There are reports today the man is named Ricky Schiffer, and NewsNation has confirmed with a source that is the man who tried to breach an FBI office in Cincinnati.
The suspect was deceased.
Police in Ohio say they were forced to shoot and kill a man who had earlier tried to breach the Cincinnati FBI office. Authorities attempting to negotiate with the suspect.
After a time, the negotiations failed.
The suspect raising his firearm at officers. Police firing back.
That was around 3:42 this afternoon.
This all started around 9 a.m. when police say the man, clad in body armor and carrying an assault rifle, tried to enter a secure area around the FBI building and made threats. The violent confrontation comes as threats against the FBI and Justice Department skyrocket. FBI Director Chris Wray giving this warning.
Any threats made against law enforcement, including the men and women of the FBI, as with any law enforcement agency, are deplorable and dangerous.
Wray sending an internal memo to all Bureau employees today, expressing concern for their safety after media coverage of recent events.
And Ohio police would not publicly confirm the suspect's name, but a social media account with his name on former President Trump's Truth Social platform posted this morning that he thought he had a way to shoot through bulletproof glass, but he was wrong, adding that if he disappears, it was because they took him off the internet or the FBI, quote, got me. Marnie.
All right, Kelly, thank you. An investigation continues into the details of that incident tonight. And Dennis Frank spent 22 years working for the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, joining us live tonight. Dennis, always good to see you. I want to play a portion of what AG Merrick Garland said earlier today in his statement that addresses these threats specifically against the FBI. Let's listen, then I'll get your reaction.
Let me address recent unfounded attacks on the professionalism of the FBI and Justice Department agents and prosecutors. I will not stand by silently when their integrity is unfairly attacked.
Dennis, the FBI and the work that these men and women do day in, day out under scrutiny tonight, I'm sure that you have a reaction to that given your experience.
You know, the amount of skepticism, a healthy distrust of the government is okay. But the hyperbolic rhetoric that has been out there recently about, destroy the FBI, we need to destroy the FBI, defund the FBI, is out of place. The men and women at the FBI are just trying to do the right thing. They work hard every day, every night to protect the United States, and they do that without recognition. And it's just disappointing that it's come to this point in our society that rhetoric has just gotten out of control.
What concerns you the most about the political dissent that we're seeing right now compared to what we've seen in years past, in the last few decades, in fact?
Yeah, it's the hyperbolic statements have consequences. When people make statements about, let's destroy the FBI, let's get rid of the FBI, and so forth. And I'll even go so far as go back to January 6th, what happened there. Rhetoric has consequences. There are followers out there who are looking for a cause, who are looking to do something, and they're just looking for an excuse to take action, which was evidenced today, in my opinion.
What responsibility does the FBI have to come out and be transparent about this search, for one, and the job that they're doing, particularly in this political back and forth and polarizing climate that we find ourselves in?
It's always a delicate balance, and the FBI and the Department of Justice historically have been very careful about making public statements about ongoing investigations for good reason, because it can get distorted. It can reveal things that shouldn't be revealed during an investigation. But just times are different. And I think that today the Attorney General coming out and explaining things was a good move. And hopefully it will allay some concerns. But, I just deplore the public to wait for the facts to come out. Just give it time, wait for all the facts to come out, because what they'll find is that things were done as they should have been done. I'm extremely confident that's the case.
All right. Dennis Franks, as always, appreciate your insight. Good to see you tonight.
Thank you. My pleasure, Mike.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.